All right, Ronan MMA, welcome back to the channel. Now, I want to talk about the situation that's going on between Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler, and Conor McGregor right now, okay? I want to talk a little bit about why I think the UFC would potentially actually screw over Michael Chandler, which is kind of funny and kind of shitty at the same time, and give Justin Gaethje a Conor McGregor fight for the BMF title whenever. December is impossible. He still has not entered the USADA testing pool. Justin Gaethje said, I'm not going to fight somebody on steroids, so I would imagine that if Justin Gaethje agrees to fight Conor McGregor, he would have to be in the testing pool for those 6 months. Otherwise, I don't think he would take the fight. Now, I'm going to start off with the tweets that happened, which is funny because every single time there's a Conor McGregor story nowadays, it's with tweets. Because with all due respect, it seems as though the only way he is able to stay relevant is on Twitter off of other people's performances and or his insane lifestyle outside with the crazy ladies that he's involved with and things like this. So he tweets after Justin Gaethje lands that phenomenal head kick on Dustin Poirier and says, I KO him in one shot, or something along those lines. I'll put it up on the screen. Justin Gaethje replies with, sign the contract, big boy, which I thought was a little strange because at the post-fight press conference, immediately after, Justin Gaethje was very dismissive of the idea of fighting Conor McGregor, which maybe he was just playing hard to get. You know what I mean? The way you do when you think a girl might be interested in you and you want to make her crazy and come for you. You just act like you don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Maybe he was doing a little bit of that. But it seemed genuine. And Justin Gaethje is not the one. Like, he seems very honest. And I don't ever picture him doing little strategic moves like that. But perhaps he was. And then Conor replies back with signed and a picture of him pretending to autograph right on top of the cage after a victory. Obviously, they have not drafted up two contracts that both of them have completely agreed with for a set date and time that they have signed immediately 2 days after. Hopefully that fight doesn't get announced soon, otherwise I will be proved wrong. But regardless. And now I want to talk about why the UFC would do this, okay? One, in my opinion, Justin Gaethje is a way bigger superstar than Michael Chandler when it comes to pay-per-view buys. Is Michael Chandler a fun guy to watch fight? Absolutely. His personality, in my opinion, though very wholesome, is quite fucking boring. Okay? It is what it is. He's boring. He's just too wholesome. He's always like this, dude. Even when he's cheating, even when he's fish hooking and eye poking and cat scratching and shit like this, he's smiling all the fucking time. Hey, dude, chill. You know what I mean? Swear a little bit, okay? I got some comments on my last video. People ask me why I swear too much. Dude, chalk it up to white trash or some shit. Fuck off if you don't like it. Anyways, fuck. Michael Chandler, dude, the tough viewership numbers are god awful. Do you know what I mean? First of all, I can't even find the numbers for the rest of the season. The only numbers I can find online are the premier numbers. And I wanted to find a season that I could compare it to, right? And some of the last seasons have been pretty shit with coaches that are not well known to the casual fan base and things like this. So I went back to season 25, which for those of you who don't know, there's TJ Dillashaw and Cody Garbrandt, because I thought, well, TJ Dillashaw is not a massive superstar to the casual fan base. He absolutely is to hardcore fans. You know what I mean? And same with Cody Garbrandt. Like, people know who he is. Maybe not on the level of somebody like a Conor McGregor or even a Dustin Poirier or even a Justin Gaethje, but they do know, right? Their numbers blow Conor McGregor's out of the fucking water, dude. Out of the water. Like double on average. So I think that people, like, I don't know, man. It seems as though Conor's losing his touch a little bit when it comes to garnering attention, right? Except for the MMA media, who literally every single time he tweets, they have a fucking wet dream. But also the fact that Michael Chandler is not a fun opponent for a Conor McGregor. He's not a trash talker. You know what I mean? He doesn't react the way that you would want somebody to react that would sell pay-per-views. He's just like smiling. Even when he gets his face shoved, you know, smiling. Do something. You know what I mean? Imagine if Justin Gaethje was in that situation. Imagine if Conor McGregor put hands on Justin Gaethje like that. You know what I mean? There's no smile on the face of Justin Gaethje, and unless maybe he slapped him, and then he'd be smiling. You know what I mean? I want to talk about the fight, though, itself. just in case it does happen, you know what I mean? It might not, and I strongly believe that it cannot happen in December, because the testing pool thing is, if they were to do that for Conor McGregor, I think that would be a pretty big deal, and I think that the media would go hard on them. But I think Justin Gaethje potentially could retire Conor McGregor. Like, and there's a quote from Justin Gaethje that I absolutely love, and he said, "There's a reason that he's turned me down 6 times. How you lose to me is not how you can lose and continue to be Conor McGregor," and that is ice cold, first of all, but also 100% true. If Conor McGregor loses to Justin Gaethje, it will not be pretty. Do you know what I mean? It won't even be like the Nate Diaz 2, right? Conor McGregor Nate 2. That was a dirty fight, bloodied up, like, you know what I mean? Both hurt and both whatever. But that was a good war that he ended up winning. If he loses to Justin Gaethje, he is going to be beaten and battered and possibly out cold on the canvas waiting for the white frost to take him away, the way that Dustin Poirier just was. Because, man, you cannot stay away for this long and just be like doing blow and drinking and shit and think you can come back and fight a guy who has been working and improving his craft every fucking day since then. Justin Gaethje, man, you know what? I'm going to tell you what. I didn't like Justin Gaethje all that much, not because of his fighting, obviously. He's like one of the best fucking fighters to watch fight of all time. His demeanor and attitude seemed off to me. But I just think that he's sick of the bullshit. You know what I mean? I think that he doesn't enjoy doing media. I think that he doesn't enjoy, like, I just think he's sick of the bullshit. And I also think that he deserves so much fucking respect, because out of the guys in the top 5 at lightweight that have just been like steadfast there for whatever reason, when Conor McGregor came back and fought Dustin Poirier for their second fight where he got KO'd, he was ranked number 5. Dude hadn't fought in years, right? Michael Chandler, pardon me, just burped a little bit. Michael Chandler's steadfast there, and he's has a losing record in the UFC. Do you know what I mean? It's strange. None of them are willing to fight guys like, how about this? How about Michael Chandler fights Arman Tsarukyan? Hey, how about that? Because I'll tell you what, out of those guys, Justin Gaethje is the only one that was willing to do that. He fought Rafael Fiziev. He was a huge underdog, right? Against a guy ranked outside the top 5. Whereas everybody else is just like, no, I'm only going to fight this guy. I'm only going to, like a round robin tournament between the top 5, so they never have to leave. Justin Gaethje manned up and fucking fought Rafael Fiziev and beat him. You know what I mean? And showed massive improvements defensively. And then just went out there and did what he did to Dustin Poirier. I don't think Conor McGregor finishes Justin Gaethje, but there is that potential, right? He does get hit. He can get rocked. He's taken a lot of damage in his career, things like that. His defense is so much better now, though. And something that's going to be really interesting to watch is Justin Gaethje now fights on the back foot a lot more, right? Which everybody heralded Conor as this insane counter puncher, right? This insane counter striker. He's going to get you because of what he did to Jose Aldo. But the thing is, in his early days, that is not the case. Not even a little bit. You know what I mean? When he fought Chad Mendes, when he fought Dennis Seaver, when he fought guys like this, he was corralling them with spinning kicks and body kicks and head kicks, getting them to where he wanted them so that he could land that left hand. He was not waiting for counters. So it's going to be strange, because if he's going to fight Justin Gaethje, it's almost like he's going to have to fight the way that he used to, which he hasn't been able to do in a very long time. Not to mention the dude's stance. I don't think he can ever be as mobile as he once was, due to the weight, due to the age, everything like that. He was young, spry, 145er, you know what I mean? Hopping back and forth the way that he did. I think Justin Gaethje chews his legs up the same way he was chewing Dustin Poirier's legs up, and we've seen that Conor McGregor is susceptible to leg kicks from Dustin Poirier. And Justin Gaethje, while he's in an orthodox stance and he has to come in from the outside a little bit, do a little switch kick to the leg almost, he's incredible at it, and we saw that in the Dustin Poirier fight. If I was Conor McGregor, I would want to fight Michael Chandler because he's going to sell over 1 million pay-per-view buys regardless. And in my opinion, Michael Chandler is a way easier fight for him than Justin Gaethje. But with that being said, I would love to see Justin Gaethje retire Conor McGregor because I'm a little sick. Dude, I know that this business is about money and who sells and da-da-da-da-da, all that shit. I am a little fucking sick of these guys go out there and put on incredible performances and have been consistently. And then the first thing they get asked about when they get back to the fucking presser is, oh, Conor McGregor tweeted about you. He said this and this and this. What do you think about that? And then they hand the microphone back. Or you know what I mean? They wait for his response. And it's like, bro, that's like Adesanya walking in the cage after Dricus du Plessis just fucking KO'd Robert Whittaker and stealing his moment. Who cares what Conor said on Twitter? Justin Gaethje just head kicked Dustin Poirier to death, and you want to talk about what Conor tweeted? You know what I mean? Get real, bro. Come on. Jesus Christ. And then he gets to come back in, pick and choose who he fights, pick and choose when he enters the USADA testing pool, and then, you know what I mean, on the offhand chance that he does win, all of a sudden he's in talks for a title shot when he's been completely inactive, only staying relevant off of other people's performances, you know what I mean, waits for there to be a big night of fights, waits for something big to happen that's going crazy on social media, and then he posts some shit. Bro, fuck out of here. I would love to see Justin Gaethje wreck Conor McGregor's legs and then KO him stiff. That would be, it would be very fucking satisfying to watch. You know what I mean? So, and I do think that the UFC would do this. Like, I've seen a couple of YouTubers, I'm not even going to name names because I'm not trying to shit on anybody, but saying like, they can't do this. They would have to do right by Chandler. No, they wouldn't. You know what I mean? It seems to me, considering Conor's technically not even an active fighter on the roster, that there is no possible way that a bout agreement was signed on behalf of either of them, Michael Chandler or Conor McGregor. It seems as though it was like a verbal agreement that you're going to do the show, right? Obviously, and obviously that has a contract assigned to it. You're going to get paid and this and that. But then a verbal agreement like, oh, then you get to fight Conor. But the last time Conor was on a tough show, he didn't fight the coach. So I think the UFC will do this, or they could do this. And I just think that for attention's sake, Justin Gaethje is the guy. You know, but Michael Chandler was doing an interview with Dean Thomas and shit like that immediately after these tweets started happening. And he was pretending like he wasn't worried, didn't care. He's fighting Conor McGregor, this and that. We have recency bias. You know what I mean? It's what can you do for me lately and all this shit. Well, what you've done for us lately, right, is get strangled by Dustin Poirier and only beat an old washed up Tony Ferguson and a Dan Hooker coming off of a crazy, insane war. And then every other fight you've lost. You know what I mean? You lost to Charles, you lost to Justin, you lost to Dustin. So I could totally see the UFC doing this, and I wouldn't blame them at all. And honestly, you know, who cares? I don't even feel that bad for Chandler. Like, you should have seen this coming, bro. It's like, he's the most, I don't know. Anyways, dude, that's it. I don't know what else to say, bro. Like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. I will see you at the next video. Bye-bye.